Alright, in this video we are going to learn how to make this food flyer design in Canva. So without wasting much of our time, let's jump right into Canva and do that now. Alright, so we have all our elements here, and this is what we're going to be using for the design. I'm not going to be using everything because I made two variations and three variations actually, and those variations I'm just going to show you one, and I will just probably show you some of the elements I use for the other ones. Okay, cool. So we have this, and we're using the Instagram portrait size, and the first thing we're going to do is to change our background, and we're going to use a default yellow. Okay, I love these default colors for some reason. Okay, this one here. And now that we have that, we're going to drag in our first image here into our design, and we're going to make it big. Okay, and I don't like the drop shadow here, so what I did, I just took it out by rotating the image so that we have it this way. Okay, and we're going to bring in other element like our logo. Okay, and we're just going to drag it somewhere here. We can reduce it a little bit. And what else should we bring? Okay, I think those are the major elements. Okay, so we're just going to work directly with our text. Okay, we have to text for the two variations, and I'm just going to start with this one. Okay, this one that says taste the difference. I'm just going to copy it, or maybe I can just copy it because it's just the same thing. Okay, though I may break it down into two. Okay, so we have this one here. I'm just going to resize it. I'm going to make a duplicate of this one, and I'm just going to remove this first part. So I'm just going to remove this first part and this second one, and I'm going to remove these other parts, and I'm just going to make this one bigger. And what I can do now is to resize it and place this one here. And for the other text, I'm just going to bring them in. Okay, actually missed something in my text, and I'm just going to maybe type down with myself. Okay, I'm going to bring this one in here, and this one is going to say dedicated. So I just end up typing that myself, and I'm just going to reduce this one, take out the weight, remove the boldness, and just take it down a little bit. Okay, and now I'm going to bring other elements into the design. What else do we have? I'm missing some elements, some vital elements. I don't know, I didn't bring them in here. Okay, so I'm just going to navigate and bring them in. We have let me just search them here. I'm going to search for 50% off. Okay, or maybe I should check my recent. Okay, I'm going to use this one. I'm going to provide this one in your exercise file, so you don't have to look for it. And I'm going to type in, say, 50% off. Let me Ctrl Z. No, Ctrl Z. I'm going to alt drag this one, and I want to say 50% off for first order. Okay, I'm just going to put that one in here, and I'm just going to break this one into two. Okay, I'm going to make this one italics. Okay, and just maybe bolding it, add some boldness to it, and I'm just going to drag it down. Okay, for this one I'm going to make it a little bit larger than normal. Okay, and now I'm going to bring in other element that I can use. Okay, something like, I'm not going to use the drop shadow. Let me bring all these leaves, okay, just to decorate it and give it the natural vibe. Okay, and I'm going to position this one here, and I'm going to take this one somewhere here. Okay, there are no rules to when you are placing some of all these elements. Okay, you just have to like push them around. And I'm going to bring in this tomato. Okay, and I'm going to position it somewhere here, make it a little bit larger than normal. And here I'm going to make this one larger and make this one a little bit bigger. Okay, so let's work with our CTA. Before then, let's just change this color to red. Okay, just to give it some contrast. Okay, this one we can make it italics and maybe drag it down a little bit. That's too close. Okay, let me hit this one down with my keyboard. I'm going to bring the rectangle shape by clicking arrow on my keyboard. I'm just going to resize this one, click off, then drag it down, and I'm just gonna drag it off the radar, okay, off our bleed. And now I'm gonna round off the edge, and I'm gonna make another one. See, I'm gonna alt drag, okay. It's one of my fastest way to actually just copy items. So still keeping my alignment. I'm going to change this one's color to yellow. We're going to use that default yellow that we use for the background, but we're going to lift it because since it's the same color with the background, you're going to see it like it's dying to the background. So we're going to use drop shadow, come to effect, use the drop shadow, and here we're going to make the direction to be somewhere in the middle, and we're going to make our blur more. And we're not going to use the offset, okay. The offset we can turn it to 0 because I want it to be in the center, and we can increase the opacity a little bit so that we can have more shadow. Now what we've done is simply this, okay. The shadow is now lifting it from the background. Can even make it more soft, okay, by making the blur more, okay. It makes more sense. We're gonna do the same thing here, but not exactly. Let's select it, then we're going to come to effect, then we're going to use the drop shadow, but this time we're going to make the offset to be more, and we're going to make the direction to be in the center, and we're going to make the blur more so that it casts the shadow. But this offset, we're going to take it back a little bit, okay, because it seems to be too much in our opacity. We're going to increase it so that we can see the effect falling on the food in the background, okay. So now what we have is this, okay. Now this look great, okay. Let me increase the boldness of this font. We're going to choose something more, okay. Let's come here and I'm going to choose the extra bold, okay. I'm going to use the same thing for this one, extra bold, okay. Now this may look nice to you, but there's something I want to introduce you to, which is one of the most powerful tools that you can actually start using in Canva. It will actually help you to blend things. I'm still trying to make some adjustment here, okay. Let me see. My Canvas seems to be lagging. I don't know why. I guess it's network, okay. And I can just break this one into 2 lines, make it a little bit bigger, and just drop it somewhere here. I'm trying to align it with this other 0, okay. All right, so now what we have is this, okay. Taste the flavor. So what we're going to use now is this color, okay. You can use any color of your choice. Let's bring it in first. You can see that there's a difference between this yellow. To find this, just search for light, okay. Search for light, but we're going to change the color so that it matches with what we have in the background. So what we can do is to come to edit, okay, and we're going to use duotone, okay. We're going to come to filter, then we're going to look for duotone. I'm looking at all this one, okay. I'm looking for duotone, okay. Here we have duotone. I'm going to select it, the default color, which is the custom. I'm going to pick this color here, use the color picker, and I'm going to pick the background, okay. Pick the background color and click off. Come here, use the color picker again, and also click the background. Now it's going to make this shape, this color, to be the color of the background. So what we're going to do with this, we're going to use it to, we're going to place it on all of these elements. It seems to have not changed. If you look at it, it's still having the default color, but just give it some time. Like I said, my Canva is actually lagging right now, okay. So I'm going to bring it to the top, okay. Let me do that. Okay, look at the element here. I'm going to drag it all the way to the top, okay. So we can place it. It has changed now. Network has loaded it, so we can place it on our elements like this. Now this is going to help to blend most of our elements to the background. So we're going to place it strategically in our design so that it can actually give that premium feel that we want our Canva design to have. So what I can do is to bring this one down and just position it somewhere here. I'm going to alt drag so that I can make a duplicate of it, and I'm going to make this one large, and I'm going to position it somewhere here. I'm going to alt drag again, and I'm going to position this one somewhere. I'm going to send this one so that it be behind this shape, we're going to add our CTA. Okay, and we're going to alt drag again and position it somewhere here. Now this is going to help to blend most of your elements to the background. Okay, I think we are cool here. We're going to send this one to the back because we want this leaf to be on top. Okay, cool. So now all we can do now, and let's remove this one a little bit to the side. Okay, so what we can do now is to add our CTA and we are done. Okay, look at our CTA. We're going to drag it into our design and we'll just break it off into the different things that we want. Okay, so what we can do now is to remove this one, Ctrl X, and we can make this one big. Okay, we have it as inter, that's cool. So we're going to remove the italics, and now we can drag it properly and position it in the middle, and we're going to drag this one now, or to drag it rather, and let's change the color here to white because it's going to be better off when we place it on the white, on the red background. So I'm going to paste what we have here, and we're going to adjust that. Okay, let's remove that, come here, remove this, come here, remove the spacing, and now you can do anything here with your CTA. I'm going to show you the second one just to give you an idea of what you can do with your CTA. So I'm going to alt drag this and paste what we have next. V, Ctrl V rather. So I'm going to remove the boldness from this so that it's lighter, and I'm going to add italics. Okay, that's pretty much it. So this design, I think we are done. I think I'm going to make this too bigger. Okay, this seems to be too small. It's not mounting to the weight. Then this one too, I'm still going to make it bigger. It seems to be too small. When placing your image, you have to be very careful with sizing because it can make or break your design. Some elements will not just make sense if they are in a smaller size. As much as you want to give spacing to your design, pay attention to the design element sizes. Okay, it's just going to show some professionalism in your design. So I'm just going to position this one here. Don't let it too much. Okay, and I think I'm going to alt drag and add one here. Okay, so now what we have is this. So I'm going to show you the other ones that I did, and just to serve you as an inspiration, I'm not going to show you the process how I made them. Let me just look for it. Okay, these are the ones that I made. Pay attention to, you can see the CTA. What I did here was to change the color, and the background was now black, and this text I used the orange red gradient, okay, which is the default color in the gradient. This one here, right here. Okay, I only switched it, I only flipped it. Okay, then the background is pure black. Okay, so you can do something similar like this. Not for the tutorial to be long, let me just do something here. Okay, what I did now, we're going to remove all these things I've used here because it's not going to work unless you change the color to black. Okay, let me show you something. Change all the color to black. Okay, now what we have, is that black? I don't think so. Now this is black. Okay, let's just change all this one first. Let's use the default color, the gradient. We're going to switch it later. This color, change it to black. In case the element I give to you, you can't pick the color here, you can actually use the dual tone to change the color like I've taught you in previous tutorials. Okay, just change all the colors. I'm coming, let me just see how far I can go. Now I'm going to change this color to black. Okay, what I can do now, let's go back to our dual tone. I don't intend to teach you all these ones before, maybe, probably, I don't know why, but let me just show you. Okay, I'm going to change all this to black. Let's see. Okay, now that we have it, you see that it's having too much weight, so you can actually just drop the opacity. Okay, drop the opacity, and we can copy this style, copy the basic style, not that one, and just paste it on the rest. Copy and paste, copy and paste, copy and paste, you can see that the effects here is too much. What you can do is to drop the opacity. Okay, or probably you don't need it here. Okay, it's not working. Okay, I can feel it is not working there. So this one, we're gonna make color to be white. Then for this one, this is the logo, I guess. Yeah, the logo. We have this other element too, which is changed to white. You can see that we've been able to convert this one from light to the dark mode. Okay, and if you look at the one I did, this other one, I used this like promoting an app with the 10% off if you use their app for 3 months, all that, just to give you an idea. All these elements I provided them for you so you can try them out and just have a taste of, maybe you're working for a brand and it's an app. Okay, you're promoting maybe your food app. You can just try that out. Okay, and so that brings us to the end of the video. Do your assignment and submit, and until next time, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.